Alright guys, so today we're working on something pretty special. This is a 1 ounce fine silver American Eagle from 2011. If I can get it out of here. There we go. Whopper of a coin. And we're going to make this into a ring on today's live. That's off center. I may not. I don't know. Is it off center? Let's see. No, that's good. That's good. I was just turning it weird. All right, so we're gonna punch a hole in this and make a ring out of it. Let's go. If anybody wants to check out my shop while I work, there's a little gold pin down here. Feel free to check it out. Thank you for the heart. That's very nice. Well, the first thing we gotta do is punch a hole in it. Let's go. While I work on this, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. And if you're enjoying the live, make sure to tap the screen. There is our center punch. Moment of silence for the Silver Eagle. It'll be worth it. These always come out super nice. Alright, now we're going to clean up that inside cut edge with our deburring tool. 2003s? 2023s. Nice. Yeah, I got me 8 random 90% silver commemorative dollars coming in, so I don't know what designs they're going to be. I'm hoping I get a couple different ones. That's the last buy I did. It's from Pinehurst Coins. I think they were under $25, so I was like, shit, that's a good deal for a commemorative 90% silver. Even if I don't know which one I'm getting, I'll make good use of them. And supposedly they have like milk spots, so that's why they're a little cheaper, but that's not a problem for me. No sir. Nice. You didn't get caught up in any of them fires, did you? I hear Canada's a little smoky these days. Maples are nice. Didn't see any smoke. Well, that's good. What am I making? This is a fine silver 1 ounce American Eagle from 2011, and we're making it into a ring. Slowly but surely. I worked on quarters most of today. It's a pretty big jump. It's been a while since I got to work on one of these, so I'm pretty stoked about it. yeah, if anybody wants to check out, oh, you just ordered one, hell yeah. Well, if y'all want to be like her, check out the shop. The link is in my TikTok profile. You can also find it at the bottom of the screen. I think there's a little gold chain you can tap on. Say, so far in my lives, nobody's been like, that's illegal. It's a pretty prominent comment on my videos these days. I don't know if TikTok's showing my stuff to younger people. I think that might be what it is. I've been lucky the last 3 years or so. Most of the people that watch my stuff are a little older. It seems like we're getting, I don't know, people from Twitter maybe. We have nothing to do but come talk smack. But it is what it is. We got a good group of people in here today. So now we're going to go ahead and anneal our coin. Yeah, I don't like to look at it as destroying. Maybe transforming is a better word. I don't know, it's my medium. Like, some people work in clay, some people work with paint, some people work on marble. I work on coins. It's what I make my jewelry out of. What I like. That's what I enjoy. That's what I do. Repurposing, not bad, not bad. Dry that off. Well, thanks, Joseph. I'm glad I'm doing it too. Here it is so far. I mean, this is quite a freaking round. It's gonna make a big old fat ring. I don't have a finished American Silver Eagle on me, but if you go to the website, there are pictures of finished ones on there. Let's see. These aren't usually something I get to make just for fun. I have to wait for a customer, because that's a good hunk of silver right there just to play around with. Is it not even gonna fit? It's too big for my Doman block, guys. I gotta use a cone. Big old fat die. Let's see here. Is this yours? I think this may be yours. Yeah. Yeah, this is your ring. So I'm glad you caught the live. Right? That's awesome. So you said you just ordered one. I didn't think you just ordered one of these. But yeah, this is yours. Yeah, y'all behave. Still doesn't want to fit in that Doman block. That's brilliant. I think more people should stack silver. I think it's definitely underestimated. Like, I started stacking silver as kind of a byproduct of making rings like this, but like, even the silver I bought, like 3 years ago that hasn't been made into rings has increased in value over time, which is pretty sweet. The ball is made out of Delrin, which is just a really hard plastic. It's the same thing this is made out of, this little pusher up here. I like it. Delrin's good. I hit 25 the other day. The real reason it hasn't skyrocketed is because all this paper silver out there. People buying paper silver. Don't do that. Buy real silver. That is the way. And I mean, even if it doesn't go up in value, it's pretty to look at. Makes you feel powerful holding it. But I can almost guarantee that silver is going to go up. Buy ammo? I don't know. Ammo's expensive. Like if you've got a use for it. Like I have a use for silver, so I don't mind buying it. It really depends on what you plan on doing with it, I suppose. I guess the real statement there is make ammo, right? But if you can make something, you can make money off it, usually. And making rings. Ammo went up quicker. Interesting. Maybe that's not bad advice. I like silver because it's not going to blow up. You know, it stores very nicely. Whew. I follow a guy on here who recycles vape batteries and like puts them in small electronics around his house and stuff, just like personal use stuff. It's pretty cool. He makes like RC boats out of them and stuff. All them disposable vapes, right? So yeah, I'm all about repurposing. I'm down with that. Recycle, reuse, rethink. Coming along very nicely. Now we gotta go to a folding die. There you go. Silver bullets. That one's too big. That one's too small. We're making a American Silver Eagle from 2011 into a ring. It's a 1-ton. I wish I had a 3-ton. That'd be pretty sick. I should probably gift myself one of these days. Yeah. They take up a decent amount of space too. That's one problem I have with getting new tools is I don't know where to put them. Slowly getting more of a ring shape from it. Look at those details. It's such pretty round. Yeah, I've got a is it 12-ton? Yeah, a 12-ton hydraulic press over here. I don't use it for very much. I like to work with my hands. If you use too much power, it can get away from you. It's a good way to screw up what you're working on. So I try to stick with hand-powered stuff. How's it going? You check out what we're working on today. If it'll focus. Look at those sun rays, man. This is a great design. If y'all haven't hit the follow button yet, make sure to hit that follow button so you don't lose me in the weird TikTok void. If you're enjoying this live, make sure to tap the screen a whole bunch of times. If you're interested in what I make and want to get yourself something, visit coinringmaker.com, tap that gold chain at the bottom of the screen, and check out my shop. Lots of cool stuff there, from quarters, half dollars, dollars, up to fine silver 1 ounce rounds like this beast right here. We're going to make this a size 9.5. How do I judge what size it is? There's this thing right here. It's called a ring mandrel. It's got all the ring sizes on it. You can just slide your ring on there and it'll tell you. So this one's a little past the 9.5 right now. But we got some more shaping and folding before it's a ring. So we ain't ready to size it yet. We ain't there yet. Aloha from Hawaii. Aloha. So I do want to show off one of my more popular products while I'm working on this. Almost everybody who orders from me gets a state quarter coin ring. I've got all 50 states. This one right here is a 90% silver New Mexico. But I've got them in copper clad and 90% silver. The copper clad are 30. 90% silver are 100, and like I said, I've got all 50 states. Check out the website if you'd like to get yourself one. If you overheat it, you can get some defects. I try really hard not to overheat it. I think I have an example of what it looks like when you do too much somewhere. Nope. My wife jacks all my example rings, so I can't show you. But you can get some blistering. It's like little bubbles on the surface if you overheat. So we try not to do that. I found that fine silver is probably the most sensitive. Well, yeah, this is fine silver though, man. It's super soft metal. So you really got to be careful with those details. No, I don't make my own dies. I either get them from Jason's Works or Coin Rings USA or Legacy Brand Tools. And it's a Legacy. So I have like 3 different brands of dies. I usually finish my orders within like 1 or 2 days of getting them. But I make coin rings every day, so it's pretty easy for me to stay caught up. For this ring is $300, but this is a 1 ounce fine silver round. I do have less expensive rings. This is on the higher end. Looking good. So now we're going to start making it a little smaller. For that, we're going to wrap it in this. This is Blue Monster tape. It's PTFE, like plumbing tape, but it's a little tougher than the average plumbing tape, so we don't have to use as much. We're just going to wrap that around here. Do the good old wrap around. Wrap around. Yeah, I ship worldwide. go. So now we're gonna find a die that this monster will fit in. Perfect. Head back over to the 1-ton arbor press and find a pusher that is gigantic. There we go. Yeah, it's legal. It's a lot like penny smashing machines. You might find it like Six Flags, SeaWorld, museums. They're all over the US. You put like 50 cents in, you put a penny in, spin the thing, and it has like an elongated, flattened design on the penny for you. This is very similar to that. I would say other countries have different laws about what you do with their money, but the United States doesn't have a problem with you altering coins for like art or jewelry purposes. Another good example is colorized coins. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those, but people will buy like a bunch of quarters and then print the designs on them with color and then sell them at a pretty drastically marked up price, in my opinion, but some people like them, and that's very similar to this as well, legally. Are my tapered pushers made of wood? So I have a brass and I have Delrin, and I use them for different stages. Got all the way to the bottom of that die, so now I gotta find another one. I think I'm gonna go to the perfect tins now. See if we can find one it'll fit in. Oh, that goes right now. Bear with me just a moment. There's our ring so far. The brown cone, this is a composite. Yeah, it's a wood composite. I also have steel. Those are called reduction dies. Those are folding cones. And I cannot find the right size die I want. There we go. Slowly making this smaller and smaller here. And you can see it's still got a bit of a cone shape to it, so what we're going to do is flip it upside down and send it through like that. Sorry if I'm missing comments. I got to focus a little on what I'm doing here, guys. I will catch up in a second. Let's go ahead and take this tape off and see how it looks. What do I do with the silver shavings? Right now I just save them. Eventually I want to get some kit to melt them down, cast some stuff out of it. But for now I just set them aside. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad they liked it. Morgan silver dollars are tight. Let's see here. Still a little bigger than we want it. So we'll wrap her back up again, do a little wrap around. And got it all the way to the bottom of this one. Looks like we could go a little more. Thank you. Try it over the top shot. Too big, too small, too small, too small, too big, too small. All right. That's interesting. It's at a it's at a stage where it doesn't want to fit in anything. There we go. Looking nice. Sitting about a size 7 right now, but there's still quite a big lip on the inside there that we got to remove. Get all these dies that didn't fit out of the way. Nope, nope, nope. Ever get them stuck in the Swedish wrap? I do. Sometimes I'll pop them out with this thing. This is just a piece of wood. You want to use something that's softer than the ring. So you don't want to use any steel tools or anything like that to knock them out of there. Wood is a good option. I'll also sometimes like take a pusher and push it out using the one-time press. Those are the two options I use. Pretty effective. Drawer doesn't want to stay shut. All right, so now we're going to cut away that inside lip right there. It's called a deburring tool. Deburring. No, it's not really sharp when it comes off. It's actually kind of soft. So I don't really get pieces of metal stuck in my fingers. Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually use 2 different size blades. So I can get different angles to remove metal. They're pretty great. So you'll see me, I'll go back and forth between this big one and this little one. This I got from... I've had a lot of people ask about it lately, so I keep a sticker nearby. Moneymaker coin crafting on Etsy. I'm not sure what it's called. But yeah, that's where I got this. I'm on Whatnot a little bit. Like, I have an account, and I've done some lives on there before. I prefer TikTok. But I have played around with Whatnot a little bit. It's not bad. It's just it's more for people who have like a bunch of like cards or like comic books or stuff like that. It's not really great for like custom made jewelry. It's not a bad fit, but I don't know, I just run out of stuff. I don't have like 100 things that I can put up on Whatnot during a live. Like, it goes too fast. I like to take my time. But it's not bad. No, this is fine silver. How did I get started making rings? Making customers on stream, making them live. Yeah, no, that's what I ended up doing. Was I ended up auctioning like live ring making. But in my experience, it seems like Whatnot wants you to move a little faster than the pace I was able to do that at. Like, people want auction, bam, 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 bam. So, I mean, if you can get it working, go for it. There's money to be made, definitely. But I prefer like getting an order and then working on it here on live. No, I don't do stones or diamonds or anything like that. Mostly just coins. I'd say coin ring making isn't for everyone. I've seen a lot of people in the last 3 years like try it out. You really have to enjoy the process and like have the patience for it, or else you're just gonna get upset. I've seen a lot of people get really upset because their rings don't come out the way they want them to. There's just a lot of little things that if you don't do right, you can end up with like a less than ideal ring. But I really enjoy the process. So like, it works for me, but I don't think it's for everybody. I do have a recommended tool list on my website, coinringmaker.com, if anyone's interested in trying it out. I've got links for where to get the tools to start out and some videos on how to use them, stuff like that. You can find that at coinringmaker.com. Yeah, I like Whatnot. I jumped on it pretty much as soon as I knew what it was. And I spent about 2 weeks playing with it, but I ended up coming back to TikTok just because it's easier for me to grow on here, and I've got decent following for sure. But Whatnot can be fun. Yeah, take a screenshot of this. That's the name of the person who makes the tool. You can find them on Etsy. Money Maker Coin Crafting. Did you get it? If anybody else has any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. I think we're pretty good on that lip. It looks pretty clean. Right? Well, their invite incentive program is pretty good. So I definitely invited a few people. It's also not a bad place to buy coins. Like, there's a lot of coin sellers on there. So I've gotten a few things off Whatnot. I probably spent more money on Whatnot than I have made off it. It's pretty easy to spend money on Whatnot. So maybe I need to go back there and check it out. Yeah, I've gotten Morgan dollars, I don't know, commemoratives that I don't usually see. There's just unique stuff that you don't come across every day. And since it's an auction format and not everybody's looking for the stuff I'm looking for, I can usually get a decent price on it. This is a 1 ounce fine silver American Eagle from 2011. Let's see here. Our target size again is 9.5, and we're sitting at about short of 8.5. So we're gonna have to do some stretching on it. Thick band right there. We got it just past 9. Almost 9.5. Don't want to overdo it. For fine silver, I just use these. For 90% silver and copper clad and everything else, I use this and then these. But fine silver just polishes up so nicely, I don't really have to use this. I can just go straight to the polishing cloths. It doesn't really create fire scale or anything on the surface of it. It stays pretty nice and crisp throughout. So it's pretty quick and easy to polish up fine silver. That's one thing I really like about it. It's got a nice shine, and it's easy to get it to shine. There we go. We got that right at 9.5. But there's a little bit of a dip on this cut edge that I don't quite like, so we're going to shape this a little bit. Can't find the connoisseurs. Have you tried Amazon? I'm sure it's on there. I usually just get it at Walmart. I go in and I buy every one they have. I look like a total weirdo. I'm buying like 15 packs of jewelry polish. Wipes. in one go. What a weirdo. But I put them to good use. I'm going to flare it out a little bit and then reduce it. See if we can straighten it out. This is really tricky, delicate shape and stuff that took me a while to figure out how to get it to work. Well, I got it at Harbor Freight, so I may slip and say Harbor, but it's a Arbor press. Where did my tape go? I currently have one gold coin ring on my website. It's really expensive to inventory gold coin rings. If there's something specific you're looking for, I can probably track it down. But right now, the only one I have available is a quarter-ounce American Eagle. But I have worked with gold before. I just don't do it very often. It's hard to find a customer for gold. Silver's a bit easier to sell. See, somebody asked if I get these stuck in these dies. This is an example of one that's in there pretty good. So we're just gonna... Yeah, it's an American Silver Eagle. Take a pusher that'll fit. Too small, too big. I don't know, this one should work. I'll just give it a little loving. Fall right out of there. I actually want to see if I can push that a little further. It's not quite the shape I want. See how it looks. Still a little more flared out than I would like. I use a platform called Equid. If you go to my shop website, buycoinrings.com, and scroll all the way to the bottom, there's a sign up button for it. You can start free and list up to 10 different products. You don't pay any commissions on any sales you have. And like I said, you can start selling on it for free. I just do ask that you use that button at the bottom of my website, buycoinrings.com. And oh, thank you for subscribing. That's freaking awesome. I never get subscribers. Thank you, Heather. Thank you very much. That's so cool. Very cool of you. But yeah, I use Equid. It's kind of like Shopify, but Shopify does charge fees that Equid doesn't. And like I said, you could start using Equid for free, list up to 10 different products. If you want to upgrade to list more products, it's really not that expensive. And their customer support is tops. Anytime I've ever run into like a website issue, like I had one today, and they fixed it in about 20 seconds. So their website support's really good. how much are my rings? They go from $30 up to $300. The one we're working on right here is a fine silver 1 ounce American Eagle. This is an example of a $300 ring. But I do copper clad quarters for 30, 90% silver quarters for 100. Man, that shape looks so much better, doesn't it, guys? That looks really, really good. Let's polish it up a bit and see if I still like the shape of it after that. No, I think it's well worth it. Whatnot is a good platform. This one is a 9.5. It should still be a 9.5. Yeah, it's a 9.5. Not quite as wide. If you want a thinner band, I would recommend something like a $half. So this is how thick a $half is. The American Silver Eagles are definitely wider bands, 1 ounce rounds. You could get a 1/2 ounce round, it would be this thick. There's something in the middle, like Morgan and Peace dollars, which are kind of in between these sizes. And then if you want something even thinner than that, I have quarters, which are pretty much my specialty. That's the most common thing I sell. So the bigger the coin or the round, the thicker the band is going to be. But there's a lot of stuff to choose from. So I've got a Morgan over here. It's not my prettiest one. It's a really early Morgan, but you can see how much thicker the American Eagle is. Yeah, I like the Walking Liberties. Franklin's can be pretty tricky, but I like the Walking Liberty $half. They're really nice. My favorite $half is the 64 Kennedy. They come out really freaking cool. Heads out or tails out. Do I use a 1/2 inch punch for a 1 ounce round? Yep, I use a 1/2 inch punch for everything. It's my favorite. Franklin's, ooh, okay, yeah, there's some horror stories with Franklin's. They tend to create a wobble. There's just like major thickness differences throughout the coin. So Franklin's head is like super thick, while there's other parts of the coin that are much thinner. So as you fold and shape it, it doesn't want to fold and shape straight. Now, man, I do everything by hand. I don't use any Dremels. I don't use any machines. No drills, no polishing mechanisms. It's all by hand. That's just how I prefer to do it. I guess technically, but the law that specifically speaks on defacing money talks about fraudulently defacing money, which is not something I do. It's a pretty overlooked qualifier. So if I was taking like pennies and making them look like dimes and trying to spend them, yeah, that's against the law. Don't do that. But you can definitely make art out of coins and jewelry out of coins. It's a lot like penny smashing machines. You might find it like Six Flags or SeaWorld. I haven't done any spinner rings yet, mostly because the way I'd like to do it, I would need to like cut a channel into the middle of the coin to add another coin that you could fidget and spin with. And I don't have the tools to do that. I'd need like a lathe, and the small lathes that would fit in my shop aren't going to be strong enough or steady enough for my standards. And the ones that can cut the way I want are like huge. They take up like more than half of my work area. So I haven't really figured out how I'm going to do that yet. It is something I want to do in the future, but at this time I just don't have the space for the tooling I would need. Yes, quarters before 1965 are 90% silver. They do make good rings, yes. But I also have 90% silver proof quarters from 1992 and up. So I can, it's 64 and back and 92 and up. So there's like a silver gap. That's pretty much only filled by like commemorative dollars or like Olympic rounds. So like the 70s and 80s, it's really tricky to find silver coins for specific years, but I do try. There's just some years that they just didn't make anything in silver, which is a shame. But I try to cover all the bases I can. Oh, that's shining up really nice, guys. What do we think? Is it a keeper? Should we just throw it in the trash? Is it terrible? The problem with using anything that's like motorized is I don't trust myself. So if I was using a Dremel like to clean the inside of this, there's a metal part on the thing that goes inside, and if I skip, it'll mess up the details, and there's really no way to recover once they're gone. So I don't mind taking my time and going slow with it if the results are going to end up looking like this. Thanks, man. Throw it in the mail to me. No, this one's spoken for. But if anybody would like to get something like this, you don't have to get a $300 ring. I do have cheaper ones. But I do want to invite you guys to check out my website. You guys can take a screenshot of this card right here. It's got a 10% off coupon. You can use the code WELCOME, coinringmaker.com. Everybody just take a screenshot of this and promise me you'll visit the shop later today and take a look at my work and maybe order something. That would be super cool. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to have to hop off of here. But if anybody has any questions, I'll hang out for another minute. I don't think so. So the 90% silver walking Liberties are actually a little stronger. Fine silver is really soft, so it likes to take the shapes you try to make it a little better than like an older half dollar. So yeah, there's definitely a difference working between silver and 90% silver, for sure. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time. Peace.